Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Demon Tech Digital. I am Neo. In this particular video, I want to do a review on something that I don't think anybody really reviews. At least I haven't seen anything on it. I've seen how-tos and stuff for using them, but what I'm talking about is the Nicelux CCT tunable connectors for LED strips. The ones that I got were 3-pin for the RGBIC light strips. So essentially, the ones that I got are strip to wire. So basically, you have the strip end and the wired end. I'll show you a picture of that. And the strip end goes into the light strip, and it'll go in according to how the light strip, the way it's wired, and then you just follow the same pattern for plugging in the wires. Now, what is this used for? I personally use it to go from on the side of my desk to under my desk. I have video footage that I'll be putting up here in just a second, but essentially, as you can see, it's the side of, I've got it going around the sides and then underneath. I probably should have done that all the way on both, or at least on this one side, but I didn't, and there you go. So now it doesn't matter. I like it the way it is. It's fine. Now, these devices, they just work, and they work well. They felt durable. They didn't feel cheap or flimsy in any way. In any way, they felt solid. I will say this though, be warned that it could very well be that I got the wrong ones in terms of what material, because there's different versions. You have ones that'll go through epoxy, you have ones that'll go through, when you're talking waterproof, because they do both waterproof and non-waterproof. You've got the epoxy ones, you've got the silicone ones. The ones that I got were for silicone. Now, I will say this, it did go through the first one, no problem. Well, actually, that's kind of the point. It was a little bit of a problem. I really had to squeeze down quite a bit to get it, and seems like it was almost a bit too much pressure. So to save yourself a little bit of a hassle, if you have waterproof, any type of waterproof on your LED, just peel it back a little bit. It'll separate very easily from the strip, and cut it. Just to make yourself easier. This is not against the product itself, because it did work. It did go through, and I had no problems. And on top of that, I will say that surprisingly, they work as cable or as strip-to-strip bridges as well, because that's the way I had to do the very last connection, which is my one and only complaint is in the packaging itself. I would like to see 6 pieces in the package instead of 5. And the reason being, if I would have had a 6th, I would not have had to kind of, oh poop, am I going to be able to get away with this? But I was able to get away with it. I just took the LED strip, the mating one, the one I was joining, and I just put it in the wired side and clamped it down, and it worked. It worked just fine. As long as there's a connection, it's going to work. So yeah, I had no problems with it. I was a little worried though, because I was like, oh, is it going to be too shallow? Because the wire side has circular notches cut out for the wires, so it's not so much of a, they work as both guiding sockets, and also to make it a little easier on what the little connectors have to because they have to penetrate through the coating. Now, I stripped my wire anyway. I just took a little bit off of the end. You don't have to, but I found that once again, it makes it a little bit easier to connect it, and it's still a tight connection even with not stripping, or even with stripping the wire down a little bit. So it worked out, and the package comes with like 9 yards of wire, or 9 feet of wire, something like that. I literally needed like 4 inches. One side I did, you already saw it. I did the paracord on it just to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, because I have gunmetal gray paracord, which is about the same as the desk. And then I have it underneath, and the other side I didn't need the paracord, because you can't see anything over there, so I'm not gonna waste paracord on something I can't see. But this is exactly what I wanted. I knew I was going to have to have some sort of a wired connection for under the desk, because I have yet to find a connector that will do, like, essentially, if you're talking about, like, if we're looking down the edge of your desk, I wanted mine to basically come from the edge and then come underneath. And that would be a very weird angle, I guess, because it would have to basically follow the edge, right, as far as the width goes, and then come in to the bottom and then be pointed away. So it would be a very weird angle, and I don't know if it's something that companies have really cottoned on to, but it would be a really good idea if somebody came up with that. Yeah, they would probably sell like hotcakes, because there's a lot of people who have, like, go to any smoke shop, right? And a lot of those smoke shops will have LEDs in the windows, little glass cases and stuff like that. And half the time they're shoddily put together anyway. But it would be, it would be nice to have something like that, because then they could have like a diffuse strip on the top, and then have the lights on the top, and then have it come around on the side and do all kinds of cool stuff. You could even make like T versions of it. It would be unique to see. Anyways, aside from that, I just wanted to do a quick review on this product, because it works, and it worked better than expected, which you don't find a lot of these days. A lot of times you find stuff that either barely works, which is passable, or you struggle with no matter what. But this worked. It was fairly easy to follow, and I'm an idiot, man. And that's evidenced by the fact that I took the backing material for the strips, for the light strips themselves, and kept it so that I could reuse it, right? And I actually did with these strips. I had some leftovers, so I put it on backwards. And so when I went to pull it, I pulled the sticky right off the strip. So thankfully my wife has some of that stuff, some of the double-sided stuff, and that's what I used. So, but yeah, I'm not smart. And if an idiot like me can do that without burning the house down, you'll be fine. Anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Let me know what you think. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.